everybody, and welcome to the 4th episode of Books, the Qniverse, and Everything. Today, we have several special guests, all brought together from the former, it was on Twitter, big event called Pitch Wars. If you don't know about Pitch Wars, it was kind of a way for indie authors to pitch their books, get mentorships, and lots of other crazy things that we'll talk about later happen here for us. I'm very blessed to have 4 amazing indie authors to talk about their books here with us today. So I'll let everybody introduce themselves, starting over with Alexis. If you would, introduce yourself.
Sure. I'm Alexis Ames. I'm a sci-fi author, and I'll be here talking about the Qniverse project today.
Nice. And Tess, we'll just move down the line.
Hi, I'm Tess. TC Duck is my pen name, and I'm going to be talking about Spider Island, who you might have heard about earlier this week.
I'm Tasha Christensen. I'm a writer of contemporary rom-coms about nerdy kids. And so I'll be talking about Marking Time, my sapphic marching band rom-com.
Nice. I'm Steve, Westenra. I write fantasy and horror, and I am mostly going to be talking about probably the erstwhile Tyler Kyle, which is my queer horror comedy about a cryptid hunting YouTuber. Yeah.
Amazing. I'm very excited about all of these books. I have read Spider Island. That's the one I can claim I have done. And you guys probably have already seen a review of it. I'm very excited for everybody else's book. I know I've had erstwhile Tyler Kyle on my TBR since Spiffbo. The year that we were both in it. Yeah. Spiffbo round 10. Very excited about that. So to kick us off, to have our viewers get to know your books a little bit more, we're going to play a little game. Would you like to play a game?
No.
As we all know, here on this podcast, we run HRCYED, the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. We're going to find out which one of these books can cover the most prompts in HRCYED if you need to fill your prompts in. And we'll see who's going to take home the crown. I have a score board right in front of me, so I'll mark it down. If we'll have some of them will be like answer like a question of it. Some might just be yes or no if it qualifies, and we'll tally up the points and see who comes out victorious. Obviously, everyone here will be victorious because all of your books immediately count for what we have is the replacement prompts, which is to read 5 self-pub or indie books. So if anybody needed to replace anything, you have 5 indie authors right here. If you all just read all 5 of our books, boom, you got to replace the whole prompt. So everyone automatically is on the board. Fantastic. So our first prompt is called By the Hundreds, and in this prompt, readers have to read a book that is 100 to 199 pages, 200 to 299, 300 to 399, etc., etc., etc. So going around again, we'll just keep kind of going this little Alexis to Steve rotation of tell me, what is the page count of your book?
Oh, you're starting off with a hard one. Hold on, I have to grab the book and look at
General
it.
range. If you know your book is in the 300s, there you go.
It is 446 pages.
All right. Tess.
So it depends on if you're buying the hardback or the paperback. The hardback is going to be around, I believe, they have slightly different formatting. So the hardback is going to be around like 412. And then the paperback, or the paperback's 412. The hardback comes in just under 300. So I think you can use them for either of those positions.
Okay. Beautiful. And Tasha.
Mine is so little in comparison. Mine is 232 pages.
Hey, it makes a quick read. We love it.
And mine is 428 in the paperback. Sorry, my other cat just jumped on the back of the table. The computer is on, and it just like, all right, he's giant. So much like the book. So this is 428 pages. The ebook, I believe, is 450 though, but they're both within that 400 to $4.99 range. Yeah.
This is unfair. Genre conventions are different.
Hey, everybody needs 6 books to fill it, so they could read different ones for different stuff. It's all good. The next prompt is called our 24-hour readathon. It's just a matter of, can people read as many books as possible in it? And obviously everybody can read a whole book, so everybody automatically gets a point from there. And then we get into our subgenres of choice. So all of the readers pick a main genre from like fantasy, romance, sci-fi, mystery thrillers, nonfiction, literary, historical. They'll pick one of those, and then they need to read 6 different subgenres. So what are the subgenres, your main genre and your subgenres of your book, Alexis?
The main subgenre is space opera. So that's usually what I tell people when they ask for subgenres. And then also LGBTQ or queer. Those are the 2 main subgenres that I market for the book.
Beautiful.
So for mine, I've been marketing Spider Island as a fantasy thriller. I think it could work for either of those genres. Fantasy, urban fantasy, paranormal, and then thriller, survival thriller, and techno thriller if you're looking for more thriller titles.
So many there. All right, Tasha.
Yeah, for me, I would say maybe the main genre is YA romance. Romantic comedy is a subgenre, but also queer romance, as well as like music fiction, I would say.
Beautiful. And Steve.
Nice. So mine's a horror comedy. So I guess horror comedy.
Yep.
And I was gonna say something else, but I forgot what it was. It combines a lot of other like random kind of subgenres, like it's a bit found fiction-y, that kind of stuff. So yeah.
I like it. All right. Well, the next prompt is called our series staircase. So readers have to read a standalone, a full duology, a full trilogy, or a full quadrilogy. Or more. It could be a bigger series than just that. So, Alexis, is your book any of those?
Mine is a standalone.
Okay, perfect. Tess.
So the HRCYED files, which is the is going to be a interconnected standalones.
Interconnected.
Spider Island being the first.
Okay, we'll count it. Tasha.
Okay. Yeah, mine's a series, but currently has 2 books, so duology.
Okay, so they could do duology. Yep.
And mine right now is a standalone. I'm trying to write a sequel, but it still stands on its own completely. So yeah.
All right. Perfect. All right. This is where we might have some differentiation now. We'll see what happens here. The next one is called award season. So readers have to read at least one, but they have to read 7 books in total. One must have been an entrant in any kind of competition. One must have been a semifinalist. One must have been a finalist or a winner, and then the other 3 slots they can do whatever they want. So has your book been entered or gone into any stage of an award competition? Doesn't matter what it is. Alexis.
Well, if Pitch Wars counts, that's an entrant. But no, I don't have it. I have not entered it to any competition.
Okay. How about Spider Island?
Not yet. It's not out yet, so we'll see later.
That's fair. Tasha.
Yeah, Marking Time, I have submitted to the Indie Author Project, and it has been I think, semi-finalist in the American Book Awards.
Nice. There we go.
Congrats.
And Steve, I know you have.
Yeah, we were both entrants in Spiff Bucks.
Yeah.
So it works as an entrant. It is also currently a finalist in the Indie Ink Awards. And I feel like it was a semi-finalist, like I don't know, like there's a bunch of like random, the kind of random ones where there's like just a lot of options on like a Google spreadsheet. Right. Like it's been in those. I don't know if that counts, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, perfect. So we definitely now have differentiated our points. Okay. All right. So the next one, I'm going to pair up with a couple of things. So I have 3 different categories here that are larger, that are very customizable to the readers. And that is the TBR Game Challenge, the Readathon Challenge, and the Challenge Yourself Challenge. So people had to pick a TBR game and pull the prompts from that, or pull it from a readathon, or do whatever they want. So for this question is kind of, what would you say are the main tropes of your content? And if there's any like significant things, like sometimes these TBR games will have like a sword on the cover or something like that. If you were to put your game or your book into a game like that, what kind of things would you pull from it, Alexis?
Oh my goodness, you're throwing all the hard ones at me first. I'm
I'm just
literally looking
going in
up,
the
You
same
got
order
it.
each
literally
time.
looking up my trope maps on Canva to see what tropes are in this book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I I would say enemies to lovers is a trope that I usually
Yep.
market with disabled characters, older queer characters. And if you're looking for things that are on the cover, we have a robot hand on the cover. So not quite the same as a sword, but
Sometimes
definitely
body
very
parts on the cover.
sci-fi. Yep,
That's a
body
big
parts
one,
on the
yep.
cover. There you go. Yep.
Mhm. All right, Spider Island.
Yeah, that's a real hard one too, because it's just such a mashup of like different like techno thriller and fantasy elements. So if you look at kind of the big elements of that, multi POV.
Yep.
It's got a reel of film with a disappearing island on the cover. It's kind of like speculative Lost adjacent. I have a trope map, but it's all these very specific things, and I don't think listing them is going to help you with these reading challenges. But you're just going to have to figure out what's in the book by reading it.
Yeah, I was definitely going to say multi-POV at the very least for yours, and also kind of, I would say, non-human sidekick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's for me
I know
too.
that one
Non-human
pops up
sidekick.
quite a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. I love Ronaldo. Okay, I'm fine. I'm a normal fan of books. All right, Tasha, what tropes we got?
Okay, my phone freaked out for a second, so I didn't actually hear the prompt.
Okay, so it's any of your the tropes in the book, any significant items on the cover that would be in like a TBR game or a readathon.
Oh, I don't know. Like cover wise, I mean, like I don't know, it's like a motorcycle thing that would like
Motor transportation
know.
on the cover. I've definitely seen that as a prompt.
Okay, yeah. And then trope wise, I would say friends to lovers. I would say found family.
Yep.
Grumpy sunshine. I think that's probably the main one actually.
That's a good one.
You aren't so well being romance.
That's true. There is a lot to work with there.
All right, Steve, what tropes you got for me?
It's a word. There's a lot in it. I think part of the problem is like there's like it fits some of the stuff that people have brought up, but like I don't like to give stuff away about what happens in the book.
You've got cryptid hunting at least.
Yeah, like cryptids,
Creatures.
monsters,
Yep.
fan fiction. It's like without giving too much away, there's maybe a bit of multi POV that's
Sure.
a bit tricksy about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tricksy about the multi POV and yeah, small towns, weird towns, isolated.
That'll do it.
Like survival-y stuff. Like a little bit. Yeah, lots of gayness, drag queen in it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and it's got like TV on the cover and trees and some scissors. If there's a challenge where it's like
weapon, that can be a weapon. Scissors are sharp.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. All right, the next one we have is called The Last 10 Years. All the readers have to read a book from 2015, 2016, 2017, et cetera, all the way up to new releases in 2026. What year was your book published or going to be published, Alexis?
2026. It just came out 2 months ago.
Woo! And Tess, I know yours.
Yeah, it's June 1st. It'll be coming out pretty soon. Not quite out yet, though.
All right, Tasha, when did Marking Time come out?
2023. It's so old.
Nice.
2023 too. It's okay.
Yeah, mine is also 2023.
Yeah. All
Nice.
right. Options for 2023 and 2023.
A good vintage, a classic.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Next up, I don't know if anybody's gonna go for this one. It's called All the Adaptations. So this one where readers can do books that were made to movie, made to TV show, a play, a musical, a graphic novel, a modern retelling, and animation. Were any of our stories an adaptation of anything?
No.
No.
So like we adapted it, or someone adapted it into a movie? Okay,
Either or.
like no.
Did you make a book trailer?
Yeah.
Show off your book trailer.
Yeah.
But I guess The answer is no for me either way.
Okay. It's like, especially in romance, like sometimes it'll be like, oh, it's a Pride and Prejudice retelling or something like that. So you never know. All right, no points there then, unfortunately. Next up is disability rep. So readers are asked to read books, 5 different books with different disabilities, and it must be the protagonist's characters or from their eyes of, being in other people's shoes. Alexis, does your book feature any disability rep?
Yes. So my main character is disabled. He has chronic pain, and he's also a triple amputee.
All right, that works. Tess.
Nah, my characters are pretty boring.
I wouldn't say that, but
other things going on.
Like, do they become disabled? All right, Tasha, how about you?
Marking Time is not, but the third in the series, there will be a wheelchair user as the protagonist.
Looking up to it. All right.
Just
How about you,
missed
Steve?
If like neurodivergence counts, then Tyler, my main character, has ADHD. So
yep, that counts. We have counted many in ADHD and autism and many, many things before. All right, next up is Heritage Month Challenge. So we have several different heritage months that we celebrate throughout the year, from Black History Month, Women's History, Pride Month, disability as well, again for that one, AAPI, Arab, Hispanic, Jewish. Is that everybody? Did I get everybody? And Indigenous as well. So if any of your books have that representation, please. I mean, we just went through, Alexis. I know you have disabled reps, so that would count for disability. What else we got?
We also have Pride Month. My main character is a gay man.
Yay! All righty, Tess. How about you?
You can technically do it for Pride Month. One of the 3 main POVs is queer, but like, read one of these 3 people if you're going to read for Pride Month. We have so many good options.
Yeah. Tasha, how about you?
I guess so. Specifically, month specific. The love interest main character is Black, and then Pride Month. It's a queer romance. So.
Yes, perfect. And Steve?
Well, I guess the aforementioned disability stuff.
Yep.
And Tyler, the main character, is bisexual. I'm also trans, so trans author, and pretty much there's like one straight character in the entire book. So
that's what I tell my series. I have other series, Ashford Archives, and I'm like, it's a fully queer cast with a token straight.
Token straight, exactly.
Love it. All right, next one. I don't think anyone here has their books translated yet, correct? We're going to skip that one. That's the translation challenge. And then we have Around the World. So readers were asked to read books set in different countries or different continents, really, is what we're at. So obviously, if it's set in another world, I'm so sorry, Tess, it does not count for it. Alexis, is your book set in this world?
Ooh, this is going to be difficult because 90% of the book takes place outside the solar system, but it starts in North America.
That'll
if that
count.
Counts. Okay, great.
It counts enough. As long as they touch land there, it counts.
They touch land for like 2 chapters. So,
Tasha, how about you?
Wait, so is it if it mine takes place in the U.S.? So.
Yep. Oh, North America.
Okay.
Yep. That'll count. And Steve.
Also one for North America. It takes place in a fictional province of Canada that's kind of based on Newfoundland, where I grew up.
Nice.
Yeah, but it is North America, yeah.
All right, moving on to the Even Bigger Rainbow. This was a repeat prompt from first year. We've made it even bigger. This is all about the cover color. So we have, red, orange, yellow, green, light blue. We also have teal, a regular blue or a dark blue, purple, pink, white, black, silver or gold, and then a book with 7+ colors on the cover are all of the ones we can fit. So Alexis, what colors would you say is your cover?
The prominent colors are gray and pink.
Gray and pink. All right. That is over here. There we go. Tess?
I would say you can use light blue, dark blue, or teal, I think is a good. There's also like different editions too. So I've got like special edition. And then if you get one of the nice like hand bounds and stuff, that's definitely a darker blue, but blue.
Yep. Tasha, what color? I think we saw yours. It's pink, right? Yeah.
It's bright pink. Technically, there are 7 colors in the little details. Don't know if that's good or bad, but.
More prompts you can check off. That's good.
And Steve, your book is
Red.
nice and red. Yes.
It's also got teal there for sure, and a little bit of bright pink and yellow, but
Mostly
primarily
red. It does
Yeah.
have to be like 50% or more is what will come.
Oh, okay,
cover
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
So the TV is probably not 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The next one's pretty easy because it doesn't really depend on much from you guys, but it is our make a quote challenge. So readers have had to pick a quote, and then one word per book title or author name has been allowed to be used. So I think everybody's going to get a point here because your book has words as a title, which works.
Mine's in semaphore, actually.
Yeah.
My title's more of a vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine's in wingdings.
Yeah. You know, there are some. Next up, we have the Spooky Creatures Challenge. So this is one where readers have to read either a book featuring, it doesn't matter how prominent they are, but they must be featured in some way, vampires, shifters, doesn't have to be werewolves, but can be, fairies or any kind of fae folk, spirits or demons, merfolk, magic users in some way, or zombies, and then other creatures, which can be literally anything that I didn't mention before, like cryptids. All right. Alexis, does your book feature any spooky creatures?
No spooky creatures here.
Shame, shame, shame. Tess.
So I definitely have other, but would you count magic users?
I would say
Question
so.
mark?
I would count them as magic users as well.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Surely there's also spiders.
There
That'll come
definitely
in
is.
another
I
prompt.
don't know if there's a Yeah.
Tasha, how about you?
I obviously, nothing fun
Nothing.
like that in mine.
And Steve, tell us some creatures. If you don't spoil any.
So yeah, like there are creatures in it. It's kind of a bit of a spoiler if I say exactly what ones.
Mhm.
But they definitely they would arguably be in the other category as well as perhaps one of the more primary categories that exists on the list. I will just say
Okay.
that.
So we had two of them. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Become the Avatar, because I'm an Avatar girly. We have the option of using titles or covers featuring earth, air, fire, water. So if it's in the title, must have the word earth, air, fire, water. Exactly. I don't think any of ours do. But on the cover, if it features earth, air, fire, water, and earth can be any kind of plant life, soil, ground. So obviously we have the fading islands on Tess. I know that one, so that would count. I can tell you that right off the bat. But Alexis, does your book feature anything like that?
Sorry, the cover or the book itself?
The cover.
The cover, no, sadly.
Okay. Yeah, this one's cover only on this one. And I know I'm going to give Tess the point immediately right now because I already know.
It's
Right there.
got a
There's
little
some islands.
disappearing islands.
Tasha, how about you?
Nope.
No, I don't think it did. I saw the motorcycle, but it's not on any actual ground.
They're just disembodied, floating in the ether.
Yes.
The lovely
And then
cover,
we just
though.
had the TV, I think, right? It was the TV and
There are trees
there are trees.
Ooh, trees.
That'll count.
and a
That's
grounds that may or may not be concrete. But
You know,
I don't feel like that counts.
that'll do it. Well, then moving on to our next one we kind of mentioned before is our furry, feathered, and scaly friends. So this book must feature some kind of animal, the real world animals this time. So we have the house pets category, the exotic pets category, farm animals, wild animals, and zoo animals. So Alexis, does your book feature any aminos?
It doesn't, but I have to give a little shout out to my cute little robot friend Lars, who is adorable, and I love him, even though he's not an actual animal.
I also love Lars.
I already know that I'm going to love Lars.
Yes.
I love non-human sidekick characters. That is like, if you give me a book with that, I will read it.
Great.
FYI. All right, Tess, what do we got?
Are we counting Ronaldo as an exotic pet?
Absolutely counting Ronaldo. Ronaldo would count for both exotic and wild, I think.
Yeah, I
And
think that's
zoo,
fair.
honestly. They're at zoos too.
Mhm.
Yes. Ronaldo, my sweet love. Any animals?
Wait, what is
here?
Ronaldo? Is Ronaldo a
Dude,
spider?
I don't think it's a huge spoiler.
Yeah.
He's a giant spider. Let me show you a picture of him because I've got one.
Ronaldo.
He's
I want a plushie of Ronaldo.
Good boys.
Yeah.
Sorry, spider warning.
Yes, I
Yeah, I
do
do love
I'm going to
him.
show a picture, but
Yeah, he's adorable.
he's a good boy. Or girl.
Ronaldo is
Ronaldo's
Ronaldo.
pronouns or whatever.
Yeah. All right, Tasha, do you have any animals?
I don't think there's any that are, there's probably like a squirrel somewhere, but I don't think that counts.
And Steve, non-cryptid.
Yes, there are feral dogs that are around and part of the plot. But yeah, Ronaldo sounds a lot better. I am very pro spider, so like, yeah.
Wild animal for wild dogs too works.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, rather than domestic. Yeah.
Okay, next up, I think many of us will be able to fit this one. It is the queer alphabet. It's the even queerer alphabet. So readers had to read, again, protagonist or author representation of gay, lesbian, bi or pan, trans, intersex, asexual, polyamorous, gender fluid, or non-binary / two-spirit and stuff as well. So anyone with protagonists of such. Alexis, how about you?
Yep, my main character is a gay man, and I am queer. And I just will give a shout out that there are no straight characters in my book, or if there are, they get killed off pretty early on.
Wow,
Yes,
I love it. All right, so we count for 2 different categories there. Love it. All right, Tess.
Yeah, Blythe, we're gonna put her down. Her sexuality is never like really stated, but we'll put her down as like bi-pan.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Tasha, how about you? I think we already know this one.
Yeah, bi and lesbian protagonist and author representation.
Yep. Steve?
Yeah, same as before. I'm trans and bi, and my protagonist is also bi, and everyone is like gay or a lesbian or like sapphic or like everyone is queer on this island.
Everyone is gay. Yeah. Amazing. All righty. So the next one I have, this will be a little bit harder, so I might skip this one for now, but it is fitting a prompt in HRCYED round 1. So I'm going to skip for now because that would go through a whole other 25 prompts, which I'm going to save us on time. But I do think several of these books count for many of them, especially since HRCYED 1 heavily featured indie and self-pub authors and stuff. Are any of your books located in like local bookstores?
Like my local.
Yeah, your local.
When it comes out, but I'm
You
still
don't have to
intrigued.
reveal where you live, but that is one of the prompts, was to go to a local bookstore and find the local authors there, and grab their books. So it could be out in the wild, everyone. All righty. And the next one is our BIPOC challenge, which is reading authors who are BIPOC. Is anyone here identifying as BIPOC? Okay, I didn't think so, but that's okay. And then we have the extended new release challenge, which I think will count for 2 of our authors here today because they had to read a book within 60 days of the release, either before or after, because we have arcs. So Alexis, do we have a month of when yours is coming out?
So mine released on February 17th. We just passed the 60-day mark. So
hopefully somebody else did it. But we also throughout HRCYED have secret prompts where people can go back and bank other stuff or like extend it for things. So still possible to use for February. And then Tess, your book comes out June 1st, correct?
Yeah, get on there.
All right. Yeah, get on the arcs. People. All right. Next up, I don't think anyone counts for this one either. That is the nonfiction challenge.
All this stuff happened in an alternate universe. If you think in, terms of
my book takes place 300 years from now, it could still happen.
There you go. Look, the universe is infinite, and if the universe is infinite, that means there's infinite amount of possibilities, and so all of our books could have happened somewhere else.
I love the theory that like we're all just writing real stories from other universes, and that's how we create them. So I want a universe where my Harriet the Bigfoot is real. Okay, I want that. Final prompt then unfortunately, only one of you qualifies for, and that is called Q's Reviews and Recs, which all of my readers have to have. They take one of my reviews that I've done on my TikTok or YouTube Shorts, my cozy mini reviews, or my longer reading blogs. And I know for Spider Island, I did a cozy mini review. So you get that final point, Tess, and that leads us to our final points here. Let me do our little calculation. We are very close. Well, our winner for the most prompts covered is the erstwhile Tyler Kyle.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
In second place is Spider Island with 22.
Surprisingly.
And then Alexis with the Kamos Project with 19, and then Marking Time with 18. Y'all were very close. So
I think I got a good like mix of books too.
We have
like
a nice
for people who are doing like nice romance, and then we got sci-fi, and then we got weird stuff. I feel like our audience is really overlapped, Steve.
We definitely have a what we call a smorgasbord of delectable, delightful books to be read that everyone should be reading. But what brought everyone here together today is, of course, Pitch Wars. And this, you guys were all in the group for 2018, you said?
Yeah, 2018. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. So how did you guys get into Pitch Wars? How did this come to be for you guys? Who wants to kick it off?
Sure, I'll kick it off.
Okay.
So Pitch Wars was something that I learned about when I joined Twitter in 2017 under the Alexis pen name. Obviously, it's a pen name. This is not my real name. And so I entered it in 2018. It was actually a Hail Mary for this book because I'd been querying it for 2 years and hadn't got representation. And I figured, well, if I don't get a Pitch Wars, I will just shelve this and move on to other things. Thankfully, I did get in, and I did get an agent from the showcase. And that book didn't get a traditional publishing deal, but I decided to self-publish it, and here we are.
Awesome. So when did you said you publish, or you're publishing it now, or you just published it?
I just published it now. I have a lot of other books that I've written in the past 8 years that will also be published, but this one is my baby. It's the one that I love the most, and it's the book of my heart. So I wanted to publish this one first.
Shh, don't let the other books hear you say that.
They all know what they are.
They're going to be jealous.
Child. No. They know who my favorite is.
So how long did you? So with Pitch Wars, you got you guys got the agents kind of through Pitch Wars, or was it just a mentorship?
It was
a mentorship.
Mentorship, yeah.
Okay. So how long did you work with that mentor, then, Alexis? How long did you collaborate with them?
So the timeline was, if I remember correctly, we entered in the summer, we were chosen in the fall, and then we had a couple of months to work with our mentor, and then the showcase itself was February of 2019. Okay. And everybody had varying levels of what they went through with their mentor. I do know some people rewrote their entire book. Yep. Other people had not quite as drastic revisions, but it really was a mentorship program. And the mentors that we met and the people we met through Pitch Wars, I think, was the most valuable part. But that's just me speaking. I'll let everybody else speak for themselves.
Sure.
You're absolutely right.
Different with it, I guess. Yeah, with anything, really. Yeah. Tess, what was your experience like?
I think it was very similar, except I didn't get the agent, and I was also the one that had to do a full rewrite. My mentor Sabrina was totally awesome. This was the first big project I'd finished out of university too, and so it needed a lot of. I was in the middle grade category too, and it needed a lot of revision. I was making the kind of I talk about it a lot in some of the. If anybody else is following the rest of the blog tour that we're doing, because we'll have several. I talk about it a little bit in my fiction lab post, and a little bit even in the responses I sent to Steve, but it's I ran out of time. And so I had to rush the ending the past few months. I technically ended the book, but it was not a strong ending. But all the agents that I had queried that had requested my full were super cool and offered to like look at it. When I explained the situation, everybody was like, yeah, we'll look at it again. And I've gotten, I got so close so many times, but Drum Corps was a super weird book. And I'm not super surprised that I wasn't able to. It's like a fantasy marching band, which is
amazing.
Very similar to like Tasha, but it was like super weird. And the one I've been kind of in limbo since. I wrote another middle grade afterwards that was a middle grade sci-fi. Sci-fi is kind of considered a dead genre to a lot of like agents, so it didn't go. I did fairly well with Drum Corps despite it being a weird book when I was like querying, but yeah, I got like no responses for Stratos, which was the book I wrote afterwards. And then once I finally started breaking into like the adult category, I had like more of a potential to start looking at like indie publishing and doing things myself, because Kidlit and or YA can sometimes do all right in indie, but middle grade is very hard to sell in indie places. If you want to like your money back, I should say, with how much like editing can cost, and sometimes it's a real rough market. So I waited till I had an adult before I started looking at indie. Adult book, I should say.
Yeah, for sure. Tasha, how about your experience?
Yeah, I went in with also a different manuscript like Tess. We kind of we didn't quite swap, but it was a sci-fi and YA space opera, and had gone through one other mentorship program, author mentor match. Was able to work with a mentor there, and then also entered into Pitch Wars after that, after not having success again with some querying. And then during the showcase round, it was very crickets for me, not much going on with requests from the agents during the Pitch Wars showcase. But I did end up getting, just from regular querying, getting an agent. I don't remember exactly how much longer after, but like maybe a year or so. Time before COVID and during COVID is all very weird.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't exist.
But who knows? But while I had the agent and we were on sub with the space opera, I wrote and published these books, self-published, as a way to kind of like regain control kind of over the timing of things, and feel like I had I had the say in everything. I had the say in when things happened and when the book got out and the marketing and everything. So it was a really nice way for me to like get control back. But yeah, that's how Pitch Wars kind of happened with me.
Am I allowed to ask, are you still on sub with that, like a sci-fi, or?
No, I actually ended up leaving that agent for various reasons.
Really
and so I'm kind of back in the trenches.
It's terrible how hard it is to do sci-fi, especially in like children's markets.
Yes.
Go read a children's sci-fi, guys.
I love sci-fi.
Yeah, I
know.
Nobody wants to buy it though, and it's terrible.
I was reading them all.
Sci-fi author, everybody, really.
I think with the success of like the movie for Project Hail Mary, and people knowing it's a book, I'm feeling like maybe we'll get a sci-fi resurgence. I'm hoping for that.
I thought that about The Martian though, and I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm being pessimistic here.
It's also like that's an adult book too, and you can still kind of do
harder
in like adult, especially if it's like kind of a near future sci-fi like Project Hail Mary. There's just some things that are just like, they're fine in indie, but trad markets just do not want them, and it frustrates the living daylights out of me.
Steve, how was your experience in Pitch Wars?
Yeah, I Pitch Wars was really fun. Like just the whole like event of it. Like for a few years before I got in, I was an entrant. Was that the case for anybody else here?
Once, I think.
No.
Yeah, so like, all of the people, like writers on Twitter would get super buzzed about it. The mentors are super buzzed about it. And it was just this whole, like, the whole thing felt like a community event in a way. And like a lot of the fun and excitement of it was that. And I think like probably finding out that I got in when I did after years of like a couple of years of trying to get in, like, is probably one of the times in my life I've been the most excited. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It was just and like I'd kind of been a bit hopeful that I got in after like the person who turned out to be my mentor, like posted a little like teaser and a gif of this like Viking dude, like nodding like that, like that was supposed to suggest like who her mentee was going to be, and like, and I'd submitted this Viking fantasy, and I was like, oh, could it be me? But like, I didn't want to think it was me, so it was like, you know, anxiety inducing, but in a fun community way where you're all kind of in it together. And then the experience itself like was really positive. You know, I really got along well with my mentor, who was queer. I think the reason I got in the year that I did was because she was there as a queer mentor. I genuinely think that's the reason. And like the showcase, so my book was an adult book. I was kind of in a similar situation, where like both middle grade and adult don't tend to see the same numbers in terms of requests, but it did pretty like what I think was average for like an adult fantasy. So not a ton, but like not nothing. But I didn't get an agent out of it. Unfortunately, I got really close with an R&R that had my hopes up a lot. And I think the one, the really, really positive thing I got out of Pitch Wars was the community, was the sort of pool of like supportive people who could all cheer each other on and also commiserate when stuff wasn't going well, which it often wasn't. And yeah, and people who are kind of like writing at a similar level, as well, which can be kind of hard to find, like, which I don't mean to sound like patronizing or condescending, but just sometimes it can be hard to find people who are a good match for you, who aren't sort of like so much better than you, I guess. Like that it works that way as well, that like, you know, it's not worth their time, I guess, to swap manuscripts with you, but it's, you're all kind of like, generally speaking, in a similar sort of a pool stage in your writing ability, I guess, is maybe a better way to put it. And so that was really good. The negatives were definitely like, I was part of a little mini enclave, I guess. We called ourselves the Monsters in our Pitch Wars class, and I was the only one who ended up without an agent. And so yeah, like, so I felt pretty negative, and all my friends who were in that cohort were super supportive and super nice. So it's not like they weren't, but yeah, like it sort of, there was definitely an element, a lot of negative negative feelings, I guess, post Pitch Wars and struggling in the trenches, which I'm sure like we've all been there, so you guys know what I'm talking about. But
Yeah,
it's definitely relate with that.
Yeah, it's really a struggle, especially because like Pitch Wars is very much a trad focused like competition. They, you know, the goal is to get an agent. So when you don't get an agent, it's like all this, and you're seeing all of your friends and all of your like people who are in this competition with you getting their agents. It can be like really frustrating, or having good agent, you know, selling the big book deals and you're still on submission. It's just, it can be really hard. And I think it's, you know, it's good to have these like talks where you can kind of get all these, you know, we all found our way through publishing eventually, just maybe not the way that a lot of our Pitch Wars siblings did. And I think that's, you know, that's still important, and I am proud of us all.
100%.
I mean, obviously you all have books to talk about here today. So regardless of what happened there, even with those books, you're all amazing authors. You've all got these great books to talk about. I definitely relate with you, Steve, on that, because like, even though I wasn't in Pitch Wars or anything, but with Spiffbo, like I ended up being a finalist in Spiffbox. But the aftermath of that is like, I see all the other people that were also in that finalist group, and they're all like, they've got another book out, they're in Spiffbo again, or they've been like writing for years and years and years, and they have a ton of skill ahead of me and stuff. So I definitely feel that like sense of almost imposter syndrome with it. So I completely relate with you there.
Yeah.
But I think you all have some amazing books to be discussed, and that's what we're going to do right now. So another little fun thing that we do here. So I don't know, probably you guys probably haven't seen much of my channel, and that is totally okay. It is a crazy, weird time. But I do accents. And I have a thing where I read the synopses of books in fun accents for people. So you can choose an accent, and I'll tell you if I can do it or not. But ones I've done like in the past, like I can do a really bad Russian. I knew a British and Irish, but I can also do Jennifer Coolidge, or I can do Berlin, or I can do David Attenborough. Things like that. I have a wide repertoire, and sometimes it's just fun to give me something really hard that I can't do. I'm not struggle at it, but I'd love to showcase your books with a funny accent. If you would like me, if you're like, no, just read this as blandly and normally as possible, that's also an option. You know, read it like a robot. Sure.
That might actually work, Alexis.
With the Qniverse project, is that the correct pronunciation, Alexis? Qniverse?
Qniverse, yep.
Okay, cool. Alexis, do you have a preferred accent?
Well, I think Steve actually wants to claim an accent, so I'm gonna let Steve claim first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
go ahead.
I really want to know what Steve's got. Yeah. No, I want to know what she's got up your sleeve.
I would like Bela Lugosi if that's what
Oh, can I, like wait, is that
like Dracula, like Dear Dracula.
Do the Dracula.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget. Okay. Bela Lugosi, got it. Okay. Anybody else pre-claiming?
I want to take Jennifer Coolidge, but I don't know if anybody else wants her.
No, I really want to hear Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah.
I might give you a hard time and try to do. I'm still looking for if you are an Australian man watching this and want to record an audition for an audiobook, please at me. But I'm not sure if you can do that. If you want to do your best Nolan impression, you've actually read the book and you know the characters.
Okay. You're gonna just get Steve Irwin, probably is what's gonna come out. But
oh yeah, that's fine.
I'll try. All right, Alexis, what would you like?
I think I'll have to say David Attenborough after all that. Yeah, excellent.
All right, let me pull up your cover so everybody can see these beautiful, beautiful books here. Right there. Okay, we're doing David Attenborough. We're going to be reading The Qniverse Project by Alexis Ames. 20 years after an attack perpetrated by androids takes the lives of those closest to him, Dr. Leander Dade is living a reclusive life on Earth until the Alliance fleet recalls him back into service aboard the first extrasolar colonization vessel, Ariadne. Unable to refuse this order, Leander returns to space and finds himself serving alongside androids, whom he has never forgiven for the attack. Tensions are high from the start, but when a mysterious accident strands Ariadne years away from aid, the ship's crew and colonists, humans and androids alike, must band together for survival. Leander is forced to work with the very enemy who nearly cost him his life, and soon he finds himself falling for the last person he expected, Mac, the ship's android chief engineer. After a mutiny splits the ship in two, Mac comes to the realization that he alone can save the ship and everyone on it, and Leander faces an impossible choice: intervene or allow Mac to risk his life and their love for each other.
That was incredible.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you. And this sounds incredible, I will say. I am very excited to check this one out. It looks amazing. Thank you for letting me do my silly accent for your book.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I'll have you read the audiobook.
All right. Perfect. The whole audiobook.
The whole audiobook as David Attenborough.
Beautiful. All right. All right. Oh, I got to change it. It's doing the thing again. No, stop. Change it to this screen. There we go. There we go. All right. We've got Spider Island. And now I have to think my Australian man.
Or Nolan. You don't have to give your... Okay.
Oh, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, I believe in you.
I like the challenge, you know? All right. I just watched a lot of the Dancing with the Stars with Robert Irwin, so I can do this. I can do this. All right. All right. Here we have Spider Island. What happens to a reality show when the island disappears? 12 contestants, 36 days, one deserted island. Welcome to Far Island Warrior, where players from different island nations compete for a grand prize of 1 million Farah. Enric was a safety supervisor on FIW until a disagreement with the producer cost him his job. The studio invites him back as a consultant to investigate the mysterious death of a crew member on set. But not everything on the show is what it seems. His investigation leads him to the secret labs of one of the studio's sponsors and a sinister conspiracy that could threaten the family he's fought to rebuild. Jazz's dreams have come true when he's selected as a contestant on FIW. It's his chance to leave his tiny spider-worshipping home and prove to his family and himself that he can survive on his own. Blessed with the ability to climb walls, he believes he's prepared for whatever the island throws at him. Then contestants begin disappearing. Jazz is left to wonder, is this another twist from the producers, or is something darker lurking behind the scenes? When a cataclysmic event throws the production into chaos, Jazz and Enric must trust in their abilities, for strange supernatural forces are stirring across the Far Islands, along with a season finale that could forever change their world. Crikey!
I love it.
Oh,
Nailed
good.
it.
I'm Australian, I get a little cockney, and so I recognize it's not my best.
Hey,
was
it is
amazing.
recognizable, and that is better than I would do.
Mhm.
I'm not good with accents.
It's just my silly pastime, you know.
You're nailing it.
You got right
Now we
into
have
it
to
though
get
with
into
like
Jennifer Coolidge. Marketing time. Okay. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. I have to say that every time I want to. After moving 9 times in 12 years, Kendall Mathis is used to being the new girl. Her foolproof method: turn up the collar on her leather jacket and don't let anyone get close. Soon she'll be off to college and a life she can finally choose for herself. She just has to get through senior year at Itatsuka High without any distractions. Enter Jazz, a cute, outgoing drummer whose favorite thing is to be distracting. Kendall tries to keep her at arm's length, but she's no match for the sheer power of Jazz Whittaker on a mission. After sparks fly at band camp, the two make a bet with a prize Kendall can't pass up. And despite all her efforts to win, Kendall finds it harder than expected to keep from falling in love with Itasca and the girl who won't leave her alone. And she's taken the dog, asshole.
I loved it. That's so good.
This looks really cute. I'm like so excited, especially as I'm working that early. I'm very excited.
Yeah. What'd you play?
Flute.
I was also
Oh,
flute.
I'm saxophone.
Such mercy.
Yeah.
You're cooler than us, then.
I wanted
I
to do
didn't say it.
drum line, but my wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me.
I
All
know.
right, little Bella Lugosi. I love it. No, like I said, I love the challenge. All right.
Okay.
Tyler Guile doesn't believe in monsters. A washed-up 30-year-old actor and reluctant cryptid investigator, Tyler is used to playing the Scully to his best friend Josh's Mulder on their stupidly popular YouTube channel. But when Tyler receives previously unseen footage of the B-movie bombshell mother who abandoned him 18 years ago, footage linked to an isolated island in the Canadian wilderness, the mystery is one conspiracy he's determined to investigate. The fact that following the scent gives Tyler an excuse to run away from the straight Josh, whom he drunkenly made out with, is just the cherry on the shit sundae. But Echo Island isn't what it seems. Its eerily scenic veneer hides a twisted secret buried in its roots as a gay conversion camp. And as Tyler retraces his mother's footsteps, he discovers a supernatural connection between the residents and the island, one they seem to think Tyler and his mother share. Even worse, the footage of Tyler's mom came from someone on the island, a stalker whose obsessive fascination with both Tyler and Josh is about to make Tyler wish he hadn't gone this one alone. Puppeteered by his stalker, searching for his mother, and debating whether it's possible to queerbait yourself, Tyler comes to realize that it doesn't matter so much whether you believe in monsters, if they believe in you. I feel it was a bit Sesame Street count, but you know.
Hey, that was great.
Thank you so much.
These all
That's such a good
seem
blurb too, Steve.
Oh,
What?
thank you.
That's such a good blurb, Steve.
That's a great blurb.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Amazing blurb. We all shuffled around apparently from moving around like that.
We did.
Oh,
Hey, flip floppies. I'm super excited to read all of these books. For our little wrap up time, because we are reaching our mark. I'd love for everyone just to tell us where people can find your books, what's coming next for you down the pipeline, if you have something. I guess we're gonna kick off with Tess now, since you're on the end there.
Yeah, well, I have a backer kit coming out, and May 28th is when it's going to be announced. Or when it's going to go launch. So you can buy the nice handbound editions. You can buy the sprayed edge special editions. You can buy just your regular hardback or paperback. And also, I'll wait till the end of this. I do want to give a shout out to two of our Pitch War siblings who couldn't make it on the podcast today. Roxanne Blackhall and Leslie Gale. Go check out their books as well.
Steve, what's coming up for you? Where can people find Erstwhile Tyler Kyle?
So you can get the Erstwhile Tyler Kyle in, you can order it from pretty much any bookstore if you want a physical copy, or online retailers. I've also got an itch.io store, or itch.io if you prefer that pronunciation. So you can get it there too. In terms of stuff that's going on with me, like all of my writing has been like subsumed beneath all of the like judging duties I've taken on for like Spiffbo and Sphinx. So I have taken on too much, but I do. It's bad times. But Sphinx is done now. Today it's the end. So, and I've really enjoyed it. I just want to say, if you're a Sphinx or Spiffo author, I'm really enjoying it. Your books are great. Making things really hard, which is what we want. So, but I do have a novella coming out with New Edge Sword and Sorcery this summer called The Barbarian at Dream's End. I can't say too much about it. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about it, is the problem. So it's hard to promote at the moment. And I'm currently working on a novella called Breadcrumbs on a Forest Floor about a trans man from Newfoundland who gets taken by the fairies, only to return on the grave of the fetch who replaced him, and has to solve their murder and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alexis, how about you?
Yeah, so I have a pretty big backlog of books that I'm trying to release, roughly on a 6-month schedule. So my next book comes out in August. Follow my blog or my newsletter to see the title release, cover release, ARC readers, all of that. That one's a time travel book. And every 6 months after that, I'm hopefully releasing another book. And they're all queer. They're all science fiction. They're all adult science fiction. I don't write YA. But yeah. Keep an eye on my blog, keep an eye on my newsletter for new releases.
Awesome. And Tasha, how about you?
Well, if you want to find me on social media, I'm on Instagram and TikTok as author_Tasha. I'm technically on Facebook as well if you'd like to go there, but don't post there as often. Honestly, there will eventually be more books in this series, but currently I'm working on stuff that is creative but not very related to this stuff. But I am working on a podcast about niche digital communities. So if anyone's interested in that, find me on Blue Sky at Natasha What's Up.
I'm actually very interested in that. We should talk later.
Yes.
I've got lots of stuff to say, so I'd be happy to talk about that with anybody.
Yeah. And Tess, you wanted to shout out some more?
Oh yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to our couple of people that couldn't make it today. Let me give you a little bit more about their books. We have the Roxanne Blackhall, The Brood Awakening. It is a contemporary romance. We also have Leslie Gale, The Magic of Death. It is, I believe, an urban fantasy. So if you are looking for more books or need more books to flesh out your HRCYED prompts, those are two to look at. So give a thank you all for being here. I will let Q take over.
Yeah, I will put all the links that you guys mentioned so everybody can grab all your books, all those, the backer kit, follow everybody's socials and stuff. All of that will be in the description of the YouTube video and in the podcast on Podbean, where this guy is. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. This was a blast. I loved seeing all the variety that we had here with our books. There was nothing that was like, oh, you're just like this person, and especially like a lot of your stuff is not things that I see in like in bookstores regular today, like in traditional publishing. They're all so unique, and that's like the beauty of self-published is we can have the really weird niche stuff that everyone would enjoy when you give it a chance. And I think everybody here listening should be giving these books a chance. I'm very excited about them. I can't wait to start reading everybody's stuff. So once again, thank you guys for joining us. And I can't wait to see what you come up with next. All right.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Right. And we'll see you guys again for the next episode on Books, the Qniverse, and everything next time. For now, we say bye.